Hi, folks. I'm Don Wright. I'm your instructor for this term for Business 231 Business Data Literacy. Now, I know we've got introductory videos inside the course, but I wanted to give you some additional information that I think, will be helpful. Okay. This is the home page of the course. I'm in the student view. And one of the things I urge you to do is to watch these movies. This one doesn't look like very much, but if you click on it, it'll turn. And I tend to talk slowly. So what I suggest doing is going over here to these three dots, options, change to playback speed. I like to hear myself at 1.5, but you can do it a lot faster. But you can get all the information in a short amount of time. So I would recommend that. And this is the home page again. I did want to mention the academic integrity acknowledgement. I'll have another video coming out shortly. This term, we're going to allow you to use AI to help you on some portions of the assignments. We still go by the Excelsior overall rule that you cannot let AI write any long form answers for you. We don't have any essays in this course, but we do have discussion, and those initial prompts or post, you need to write yourself. But anyway, I'll have a video that talks about that. Let's go to module 1. Okay, learn something new every day. I was in student view and it wouldn't let me progress until I completed the academic integrity module. So I'm back on instructor view, but I think you'll get the gist. This is the module 1 learning pathway. And again, there's a video there. Same thing, click on it and then adjust the speed so it'll play back a little bit faster. And I think watching these introductory videos is definitely worthwhile. What I want to show you here down at the bottom of each of these learning pathways, they're the schedules. And it shows you each of the deliverables and when they're due. I've got a better graphic of this, and I'm going to pull this in there. And what I've done is just grabbed an image out of that and snag it and highlight it. You can see the discussion is the first one, initial post by Thursday midnight, replies by Sunday. And then we've got some materials that you need to read before starting the lab 1 rehearse. And then there's a section on navigating the labs. I'll show you in a second. And again, you need to go through that before starting lab 1. And then the rehearse, we have an initial submission due by Thursday night. And that's just some evidence that you've started work on it. That's all we want you to do in these Thursday night submissions for the assignments. Do a little bit of work, save it, and then submit that to give some evidence that you got started. It'll help you out. And then you've got a final submission, you completed lab 1 rehearse quick start by Sunday night. If you get it done by Thursday or submitted it early, all good. Next, there's another discussion. This is what we call the tips and tricks, and that's really where you can talk to your classmates, ask questions, share things you discovered, help each other get through the course. And then we've got another thing to read before you do the remix, which is the second part and the third part of the lab, and that's due by Sunday night. And then we have a reflection on this first module. A lot of things in the first module, but just what do you think about what you did? Okay. Okay, I jumped over a bit to module 1.1, Introduction to Data Literacy, or in RStudio. Now, don't get confused about some of the names in here. RStudio is a IDE, Integrated Development Environment. It's a graphical interface that allows you to work with R much more easily. RStudio is a desktop application, and that's one option. You can download the desktop application and install it on your computer. Since we created this course, RStudio, the company, has changed their name to Posit. The RStudio app, desktop app, is still RStudio, but the cloud version that we refer to here is now Posit Cloud. So don't get too confused about that. Read through this, and again, keep in mind that it's still the R language, but RStudio Cloud is now called Posit Cloud. RStudio Desktop is still RStudio. M1.2 talks about navigating our labs, and you can click here for access to the lab overview. I'm going to click that, and it takes you here. Now, this is that particular assignment, which you should read, and then you can move on to the next page. But I wanted to point out to you, this is the home page of the Data Literacy Labs. And you can link directly to all of the assignments, the laboratory assignments, directly from this URL. So I would bookmark that. You can always get back to it by going back into Canvas, but if you are working on it and stop and want to start the next day, just go back to this home page and then click on the part you want to go. There's the overview, and down at the bottom, I think there's the next, and this goes through the quick start. And this gives you some background information. What I want to show you right now, if you scroll on down here, there's a video that talks about setting up. We've changed some of the names. You can see now this says Posit Cloud. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And you've either got to log in or sign up. And if you sign up, the video shows you how to do that. You just give it an email account. The basic account is free. I'll get some more information about that. There is a time limit on how many hours, 25 hours a month, that you can work on the free version, but we'll cover that a little bit later. I recommend everybody start on Posit Cloud. Just set it up. I'm going to log in to my account, and I'm going to pause the video while this deploys. It takes a little bit of time. I'll come back once it's deployed. Okay, that took a full minute. I guess the Posit Cloud in the cloud is very busy. You'll see that sometimes. So just wait and be patient, and it'll eventually open up. One of the things I want to call to your attention that's really important, up here at the top, you can see it opened up to this Quick Start Lab, and down here, this is the Files section. You can see we've got a number of files, and we'll be using this one. I'm going to go ahead and click that, and it'll open up over here, and this is called the Source Editor window here. But what you want to do is save a permanent copy. If you close out of Posit Cloud right now, before you save, it's still saying temporary, you will lose all your work. So you want to click this, and it will save. And I'm going to again pause here. Whoop, it's back real fast. So that gets us ready to go. We've got a permanent copy of that in our account. I'm going to click here. You can see in mine, this is my cloud free account, which is what you'll have. And you can see my month is going from February 7th to March 7th, so it'll renew here a little bit. I've got 9 projects, and I've used only 0.9 out of 25 hours. I'm just starting back in this course. So you get to this to tell you where you're at by clicking on your icon up there, and you can upload an image if you want. So this is the basic. One other thing I will show you, the default view here is called the source, and that shows all the coding. You can click on visual, and it'll give you this message, yes, and just click yes, I want to use the visual mode. And if you see, this looks more like the web page. So a lot of folks like this. The only thing you've got to do is be careful to make sure when you're making changes on these, as you will do in the remix, that you put your cursor inside these gray boxes and make changes there. So I'm going to pause again and jump back. Okay, I jumped back to the lab homepage, and I wanted to show you some things just to be aware of. Over here, we've got a resources tab. And if you go down here, we've got a section that says additional videos. And I've got some additional videos there. These two help you walk through the remix part and talk about the debrief. I'm going to add part of this video here. to do some of the walkthrough of the rehearse. But be aware that we've got additional videos for most of the labs. I'll probably be adding some more here. So remember, it's over here, resources. Go back to the home page there. Menu is a little different, but it's under the resources. Be aware of that, okay? I'm going to stop here. This is a longer video than I thought, but hopefully this will get you going.